one of the more inspiring stories. Me too. I'm inspired by Jalen Hurts. I'm inspired by Jalen Hurts and his agent, Nicole Lynn, female agent, reaches out
Yes.
to him. Do you have an agent? If not, holler at your
In,
girl. He
in DM,
does.
in DM on Instagram,
In
by the
a
way. Don't leave
DM.
that part.
Right.
My favorite
That's
part.
right. And here you are. You have this great contract for both of them. What is the most inspiring? I know there are many points of inspiration, Charles. What is the most inspiring part of this player or this contract to you?
To me, it's where we were this time last year, especially coming off of that Bucks game where Jalen didn't play so well. They didn't score a whole lot of points, and they got booted from the wild card in the first round of playoffs. Just think about this time last year, there were people saying, hey, if this Jalen Hurts thing doesn't work out, the Eagles, they're going to have 2 first-round picks in the 2023 draft to potentially trade up to get a quarterback, whether it's Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, and now we have Anthony Richardson and Will Levis in the mix now. No one's saying that, obviously, anymore, especially once you go blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and then you come back and you get this massive $50 million per year contract. I think just the progress that his story and his play has made over the past year or so has been incredible, because he went from potentially, we're not sure if this guy's going to be the future of the franchise, to, oh, he's locked in as a starting quarterback for the next 5 years for sure. There's no way anyone's going to replace him.
I agree. And also, too, this is what happens when you put guys in place to help these guys develop. They went out and drafted a Devontae Smith, but then they also traded for A.J. Brown. And then their running game is really good as well. So when you invest in your quarterback and put pieces around him, to me, Jalen Hurts is what you see when you do that. Now, obviously, we know that at Alabama, he didn't, they had some struggles, and Tua eventually replaced them, and he transfers to Oklahoma, and he had some success there, obviously not, national championship worthy, but he played really well. But for me, this was good to see, because I really felt like he's always had talent. And when you put talent around him, he's giving you results. Now, obviously, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but you have to feel confident in what they could potentially do if they keep adding pieces to help Philadelphia get over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't his fault they didn't win the Super Bowl, right?
Right,
he caught all those yards.
Well, 7 of them points was his fault. We can't forget
That's
that.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But he's played incredible, and I honestly think he might be one of the most improved football players that I've seen just in general, from where we saw him at a freshman at Alabama, where you start looking at the draft type a little bit early on some of these guys. And I remember back when Jalen was a freshman at Alabama, it was he's a nice little college player, but he'll probably have to move positions in the NFL, and then he gets replaced by Tua. Eventually moves on to Oklahoma, where he puts up crazy numbers under Lincoln Riley, and then the Eagles now. So I think it's, like I said before, I think it's inspiring. I kind of think it's just one of these, if you just kind of put your nose as a grindstone and keep going, anything's kind of possible for you, because I don't know how many people have pegged this as possible for Jalen Hurts even a year ago.
And also inspiring, get yourself an all-female management team if you can. Okay, if you can. Look at this. This is just great. It's great for them in this male-dominated space, and it's great for him, this player who did answer that DM, took a chance, and look, it worked out for him beautifully. Here's the thing. Another aspect of this, besides this great management team that we see here on the screen, he got $179 million guaranteed. And lots of love for Jalen Hurts. But they've been in the playoffs twice under him. They've been to the Super Bowl once. He is not an MVP, regular season or Super Bowl MVP. And he's getting $179 million guaranteed. My point is, this is a great starting point. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I keep trying to help Lamar. He doesn't want my help.
We all are trying to help Lamar.
Charles, he doesn't want your help, Charles. Reeta Hubbard is the NFL chick right there in his city. He don't want her help either. Okay, if you get $179 million and you got Jalen Hurts, so now everybody else on that list, Mahomes is saying, okay, I know I got my deal, but okay, it's good to know. Good for me. Joe Burrow coming up. This is good to know. it's a good starting point for players who are better than Jalen Hurts. And not that there are many of them, but there are some players, some quarterbacks who are better. And if you can get $179 million guaranteed, Charles, you're not that far away from $189 million guaranteed. Now you're getting up to $200 guaranteed in some of these new deals.
Right.
And if you're really a younger player, 25, 26, and you take the guaranteed money now, if you got a little bit of game, just a little bit, you ain't got to be outstanding, but just pretty good. There's more where that came from. My point is, Lamar Jackson is looking for a guaranteed contract. It's staring him right in the face, but maybe not on the terms that he wants, but it's right there for him. Or am I just being too optimistic?
Look, I think at this point, it's all about what Lamar wants, right? Because I first of all, I applaud him for trying to get this fully guaranteed contract done, because it's just so much punishment on your body to leave dollars on the table. I applaud the fight. I hope he gets it done. But at the same time, there's a point where you're looking at the guarantees on these deals, right? And it's not even like you have to be a better player than Jalen Hurts. You have to be the next guy up on the contract demands. So it's Lamar, it's Justin Herbert, it's Joe Burrow. Like, all of these guys, now that they have the Jalen Hurts contract in hand, they should be asking for something close to $200 million guaranteed. And I say this to Lamar, I know you want the $230 million guaranteed or the 100% guaranteed contract, but there's a point like where you're looking at this from a practical sense, right? Someone's gonna offer me close to $180 million guaranteed. How many times can I keep saying no? And we're just built different, right? Because I wouldn't have the heart to keep this fight up. I wouldn't.
but Reeta, you gonna get it. He's gonna get it just by being a good player. I mean, it's not framed the way he wants, but it's gonna happen if he lets it happen.
Yeah, but here's the thing, guys, and I think this is the part too that we're missing all of this. Lamar has already missed a lot of money off the table, because at 2021, he should have probably gotten a deal. Now, I have no problem with him fighting the fight, whatever that is, if that's getting fully guaranteed contracts, but you got to get your money when you can. And that's my issue with all of this, right? Because the NFL is a league that we obviously know one injury and that's it for you. You might not see the field again. So you have to get when you get an opportunity to cash out at any moment, you have to take that. After his 2020 season, I don't understand why they did not say, let's get a deal done, a short-term deal, or a 5-year deal, but at 3 years, we'll come back to the table and renegotiate. So now when you start looking at what Josh Allen got, there's about 80 million or so that he's already not gotten, simply because we're playing this, well, let's see what this quarterback market thing is doing. The owners already told you they're not doing Deshaun Watson again. And this is what, the 6th contract, guys, since the Deshaun Watson deal that's been done. The trend is that they're not doing it. So now you've missed out on all of this money previously, because after 2023, he should have been back on the table looking for a new extension. And now he's missed out on so much money because whatever the plan was just isn't working. We're at $32 million now, and you should have deserved way more money than that. And everybody, I'm sure, agrees with that.
Yeah, as far as guaranteed money goes, it just depends, like, how high does the average per year need to be? Because now we've hit 50, right? With the Jalen Hurts deal. And that should be the baseline for the Lamar deal. But, you start looking back, it makes me think of the other contracts. Like, what is Patrick Mahomes thinking right now when he's looking at the guaranteed money? He's correct me
if I'm wrong, right? His contract is fluid, right? They can go at any time and give him money. So that's a different type of situation, the way it's structured. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
right.
But
I'm just saying, he sees the 7th, sees what, himself 7th in terms of guaranteed. I gotta get that fixed, buddy. But you even look at the Josh Allen contract, and it's been passed over a couple times. Since then, I just kind of wonder what the Ravens are doing. Like you talk about a couple of years ago, that's when you try to lock someone like Lamar Jackson down. You know, you try to get the extension done then, and then, like you said, this time, you know, when you get to this point in the timeline, you have some flexibility in how you want to handle the rest of it. But I do think it's a good thing for Lamar, just in terms of like average money per year and the amount of money that's possible for him. Like that Jalen Hurts deal, I think is going to end up being good for him in the long term. It just matters what percentage of guaranteed money would actually be acceptable for you to sign a deal and kind of move on from this situation.
Last thing I'll say, Reeta and Charles, is that, you know, Charles Robinson, your pod mate, Charles said yesterday, hey, parents, don't let your children play running back. Okay, sure. But you should encourage your children to play quarterback, because if I'm a quarterback, I'm one of these quarterbacks in the draft. You already mentioned a few of them, Charles, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. I'm like, okay, first contract's gonna be nice, but if I got a little bit, if I can just play it, if I can sling it, yeah, it's gonna be good for me. The salary cap's going up. Everything. League is healthy. Commanders went for $6 billion plus. I'm good, and I play the right position. You got anybody in your family, Charles, who can play quarterback?
No, I don't. But we're gonna work on some of these baby cousins and stuff, you know, because I know that I don't plan on working until I'm 80. So we're gonna have to get in the backyard this summer. But all you gotta do is be as good as Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Hey, man. Hey, or if there's quite a few guys you could be. There's quite a few quarterbacks.
Blaine Gabbert just got signed.
Hey, it's a
you could be Chase Daniels if you want to be. You could be Tyrod Taylor if you want to be. It's a lot of guys you could want to be, honestly, that got paid.
Just hang around. Hang around. Hang around. Be supportive. Don't be a jerk. And throw the football every now and then. Maybe throw the football,
That's right.
2 or 3 times a week. Good to see you, Charles.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.